Hey everyone, right here with Rinksworks. Today's video, I'm going to show you how I took these 10-year-old headlight lenses and made them look almost brand new. They were so clouded over that you could not safely drive this car at night. This is what they looked like before. Here's a close-up of what they look like now. And if you follow along with what I did, if you had to buy everything, it probably cost you about 30 bucks maybe, which is not too bad. And it's totally worth it. It changes the whole car. It should last a good 4 or 5 years, I think. So if you want to see how I did it, then stay tuned and we'll get started right now. All right, so let's get started. First, you can see how hazy and cloudy this lens is, and you can feel it when you rub your hand over it. It feels pretty nasty. So what we're going to be using is 600 and 1,000 grits sandpaper, wet or dry sandpaper. I may have to go to 400. I'll explain that. We'll see. Some masking tape. This is just the cheap painter's tape. I'm using this for two reasons. One, I already have it, and two, I'll explain in a little bit why I'm using it. Just an old sponge for wrapping the sandpaper around. Some grease and wax remover. You could substitute isopropyl alcohol for that. And then this is going to be the product that we're going to, the clear that we're going to shoot on the lenses. And if you don't use this brand, I would definitely recommend getting a 2K. It will stick better, last longer, and I think you'll have much better results. 2K means that you're going to have to activate the can. You see how there's a deal on the bottom here? So the can gets activated, and then you shake it up, and it's one-time use. So do both your lights at the same time, otherwise you're going to waste a can of paint. And then some rags, and this is just warm water with just a couple drops of Dawn in there, and I hit it with the sprayer, which is why it's bubbly. And I'll leave links to everything in the description, so if you need anything ahead of time, you can get it. But I'll set up now. Let's get started. I think I forgot to mention at the top of the video, I washed this outside, soap and water, you know, like you're washing your car. Get all the bugs and all that junk off of it. So everything is clean. Now, I think I told you, I was going to tell you why I'm using this tape. So I would prefer to take the lights out of this car and do them on the workbench. However, this car, it's a bitch to get these lights out. So I'm doing it in. And what I'm doing is I'm going to tuck this tape kind of underneath, if you can see that. So it's kind of going underneath here. And the reason we're taping it off is because we don't want to sand the good paint on the car. So this is going to, I may have to replace this tape a couple times during the sanding process because it's not great tape, but it'll allow me to get that tape back out. If I use something a little more aggressive tape and got it in there, I might have a hard time getting it out and then having the tape tear and all that. So I'd rather tape it a couple times if I have to. The other thing is, if this car doesn't have it, but some cars have the rubber gasket around the outside here. You don't want to sand on that either, so tape that off. That's where you would have your tape line on your car if you have that. All I'm doing is I'm getting my tape underneath, so I'm not going to hit the paint while I'm sanding. It would be nice to have a little bit thinner tape so I could kind of go around these corners better, but that's okay. So I'll tape all this up and be right back. Okay, so I'm going to cut a piece of 600 grit. I'm going to make it about, probably about this wide. I'm going to cut it all the way across. And then I'm going to make my sponge shorter than this. So I'm going to just go ahead and cut the sponge like about right here. And cheap scissors will cut it. Okay, And I'm just going to toss this in the water. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of wrap the sandpaper around the sponge. So I'm using a surface rather than that's not my fingers, basically. So we should get some better sanding quality that way. And keep your sandpaper wet. So I'm just gonna go across this like so. And this is where I was saying that I might go to 400 grit if this doesn't really take off all the stuff. I think it will. I think for this car, I think the 600 will be good. If yours was worse than this, you may have to go down a grit. So I'm just going to keep working this like so. And you can kind of see some of that yellow's coming off and some of the debris coming off. And I keep putting the sandpaper in the water. And I'm going to keep going in this direction. And I'm going to go all the way around this lens just like this. And maybe I'll just put you on high speed right now so it's not so boring. Okay. So essentially what we did is we've created a bunch of 600 grit scratches in this thing. So, but if now when you run your hand across this, it's actually nice and smooth. So I'm going to go now and I'm going to go this way with it. And I may go one more time back this way just because this is the first stage and we want to get all the grime and junk off of it. So let's see, looking at the camera, that took me 3 minutes and 30 seconds, even though you were on fast forward. So now I'm going to do the same thing. Just keep wetting my paper. But this time I'm going to go in this direction. And I'll do the same thing all the way around. Okay, so total elapsed time, 6 minutes and 30 seconds. So now, as I look at this, I think the 600 grit was a fine choice for this. I only see 600 grit scratches in this. I mean, what I'm saying is that it all looks uniform. If I saw deeper scratches, then I would probably have to go down to like 400 or whatever and sand those out. But in this case, I think that's going to work just fine. So you saw me go both directions and then finishing it off this way, which I think is going to be plenty. So I'm going to do the other light and get it caught up to this point here, and then I'll bring you back. Okay. Both headlights are at the exact same stage. Sanded to 600 grit. Now I'm going to use 1000 grit. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to wrap this up in a sponge. Keep it all good and wet. And the reason you want to keep it good and wet is because as you're sanding, you'll start to build up little clumps if you don't keep this rinsed off. And then you'll start creating bigger scratches in it. So keep it good and wet. It's a little messy, but no big deal. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go the same directions that I did before. And do both lights, and then I'll bring you back. There's no reason for you to watch me sand again, right? Because that gets boring. So just keep going. This will take about the same amount of time that it took last time. And I'll come back as soon as I'm done with both lights. Okay, just finished sanding that side with 1000 grit. And I just wanted to kind of show you the difference. So there we go, for the focus. That's 1000 grit scratches. This side is still 600 grit scratches. I don't know if the camera, how well it'll pick it up, but if it does pick it up, you can see that you can actually see through that lens better than you can through that one. And because we just made the scratches finer. So, and I'm surprised the tape lasted. I didn't think it would. But that's as far as we're going to sand that one. I did the exact same thing as I did with the 600 grit. Now I'm going to do that one, and then I'll come back. All right, both headlights are sanded down to 1000 grit. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the tape off both. And the tape's really wet, of course. And now maybe you can see why I chose to go ahead and use this tape, because can you imagine getting that other tape in there and having that tear and then trying to get that tape out? Would have been a nightmare. So actually the fact that it gets wet helps to remove it. So I'll take all this off. And then to answer the question that you're probably asking, why are we stopping at 1000 grit? Well, we could keep going and make this thing a mirror finish just like we're doing. But when you're spraying the clear coat on there, it needs to have something to bite to. So if I made these headlights a mirror finish, there's gonna be no tooth there for the product to get on. And this stuff plainly says sand to 800 to 1000 grit. One more thing, how much sandpaper did I use? The 600 grit, I used one piece for both sides. And the 1000 grit, I used one piece for that side and one piece for that side. Because it's thinner, it started to sort of wear out quicker. But basically, when I say one piece, I'm talking about the piece you saw me cut. I didn't cut any more, except for the 1000 grit, I cut two. So now I think I'm gonna shove this outside and just hit it with the hose, get all that junk off, and then get it dried up. As you can see, I'm masking the lights again, and I'm putting plastic over the car. And when I'm done here doing that, I'll bring it back. I'm using plastic because I will inevitably get overspray on stuff. I'm going to cut around the headlight now. I'm going to hold the plastic up off the car so the razor blade is not touching the tape or anything else. All right, well, everything's masked off. Here's a step we're going to use the grease and wax remover. I probably should be using gloves, but I just ran out. And it's too late to go to the store and buy any. So this is where you could also probably get away with isopropyl alcohol if you don't have this stuff. And this is also probably not the best rag to use. These are those shop towels you can buy. And it's a pretty small area, but these would fall apart pretty quick doing this on a larger surface. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over this a few times like I'm doing here. I'm going to change the rag to a clean surface on the rag after every pass. I'll probably do like 3 passes. All right, we're getting ready to spray. So directions on this say shake this for 2 minutes. Then you pull off this red cap, put it on the bottom, pop it in. That activates it, and then you shake it again for about another 2 minutes. And then you have 48 hours to use this. So we're going to do it exactly how the directions say, because here at Rinksworks, we always follow directions. Guys, I'm not a safety police kind of guy, but wear a respirator. You could probably get away with an N95 if you're doing it outside, but don't breathe this stuff. It's bad. I worked on aircraft for almost 30 years, and I wasn't always safe, and I've had a persistent cough for 15 years, and that's probably why, because I wasn't always careful. So do yourself a favor. You don't want to be sitting in your hospice bed with your 12-year-old girl crying and you kicking yourself in the ass because you weren't safe when you were younger. All right, I'm going to shake this can up. Ah, it's been 2 minutes. All right. Two more minutes. Okay, so let's remember what we're doing here. This is just filling in those 1,000 grit scratches. I'm going to go probably around the outside a little bit, and then a couple passes like this, overlapping about half a pass as I do this. And then we're going to let it set for, I think, 15 minutes. And then we'll shoot it with another coat. So this first coat will be kind of light. Put my mask back on. Okay. We're going to let that tack up a little bit, and then we'll hit it again in about 15. Okay, I ended up putting 3 coats on. I did 2 light coats and then a heavier coat at the end, at the last coat. Came out pretty good. There is a little bit of orange peel. You can probably see reflection off the lights here. You can see it a little bit. It's not horrible, and that can be buffed out if we so choose. Let's get it unmasked and take a final look at it. All right, there it is unmasked. They came out pretty good. I did mention there's just a little bit of orange peel on these. It's not that bad, but there's a little bit, and you could buff that out. You could probably wet sand this down to about 3,000 grit, and then get some polishing compounds and like a buffing wheel on a drill or something, a buffing pad on a drill, and you could polish these out to a glass-like finish. This car's 10 years old, and it's not in pristine shape. It's in good shape, but it's not in pristine shape. So I'm gonna stop there with this one. I think it's satisfactory. And I just want to say one more time, you do not have to use the same products I used. I like U-Pole stuff. I've used it before. I think it's good stuff. But just make sure you get something that's a 2K product, and it's clear, of course, and it has UV protectant in it, because it's the sun that does the bulk of the damage to these headlights. So, or to the headlight covers. So I'll go ahead and leave this one here. I appreciate you watching. I hope you got something out of it. And if you did, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more stuff like this, or if you want to see some of the stuff I'm doing with guitars or old cars, then hit that subscribe button and you'll get to see more stuff. So thank you and take care. Stay tuned.